Stop what you're doing, put down the coffee, close the other tabs. I've been doing this for a long time, and usually, we're talking about iterative updates. A slightly faster chip here, a slightly brighter screen there. Boring, right? Well, today, Sony just set the entire tech industry on fire and walked away without looking at the explosion. We aren't reading a spec sheet today, folks. We are peering into a rift in the space-time continuum. This is the Sony Xperia Pro 2, and it doesn't just push the envelope, it shreds it, burns it, and sends the ashes to the moon. This is the dream phone the internet said was impossible. Let's dive into the future. Design. First off, look at this thing. It looks like it was salvaged from a crashed UFO. Sony has officially deleted the old design language. On the front, we have a slab of edge-to-edge glass and metal that is dangerously beautiful. No notch to distract you, no punch-hole island floating in your way, and zero physical buttons to snag on your pocket. It's a seamless, bezel-less monolith. But flip it over, and, boom. The back panel is split into two distinct personalities. One half is the sleek, minimalist flagship you'd expect. The other half, that is a 1-inch, 500-megapixel DSLR-grade optical beast. People are going to see you holding this and ask if you're carrying a phone or a professional cinema rig. Your answer, yes. In the build quality, we're talking magnesium alloy. This isn't your soda can aluminum. This is the same high-tensile metal used in $6,000 professional cameras. It's light, it's indestructible, and it's rated IP69K. That means you can literally hit this phone with a high-pressure hot water jet and it won't even flinch. If you drop it, apologize to the floor, because the floor is going to lose that fight. Camera setup. Let's talk about the soul of this beast, the sensor. We've seen 200-megapixel sensors before, but those are tiny chips trying to do big work. This 500-megapixel sensor has a 1-inch footprint. To put that in perspective, this sensor is roughly 10 times larger than what's in your current Pro smartphone. What does that mean for you? It means night mode is dead. Why? Because this phone doesn't need it. It sees in the dark like a predator, capturing pure, grain-free clarity in shadows where other phones just see black mud. The zoom, 100x is child's play. We're looking at 150x digital zoom. You could take a photo of a mountain range and zoom in until you can count the feathers on a bird's wing. The video is even crazier. 8K is officially last year. The Pro 2 shoots in 12K resolution. That is so much data that a single frame from your video is a 25-megapixel high-res photo. Add in 4K at 240 fps and 1080p at 960 fps, and you can literally watch time stand still. With the Photography Pro 2.0 app, you get every bit of data in RAW. This isn't a phone for selfies, it's a pocket-sized production studio for the next Spielberg. Display. If you're shooting 12K video, you can't look at it on a basic screen. Sony is giving us a 6.9-inch 4K HDR OLED masterpiece. But here is the secret sauce. Most flagship phones use 10-bit color. This concept pushes it to 12-bit color depth. That's over 68 billion colors. We aren't just talking about vibrant colors, we're talking about the deep, infinite abyss of the ocean and the blinding, true red of a desert sunset. The refresh rate sits at a butter-smooth 144 Hz, making it feel like your finger is sliding on wet ice. And the brightness, 4500 nits peak. You could use this screen as a signal flare. Even under the direct, punishing midday sun, your Netflix binge will look like you're in a dark theater. Plus, it's all wrapped in Corning Gorilla Glass armor, the toughest shield in the game. Performance. Now, who processes 500-megapixel photos? You need a supercomputer for that. Sony is expected to pack the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6, built on a cutting-edge 2nm process. This chip is so advanced it treats AI and image processing like a light snack. You've got 24 GB of LPDDR6 RAM, your current laptop is shaking in its boots right now. The UFS 5.0 storage hits speeds up to 5 GB per second, meaning you can move 12K movie files like they're text messages. To keep this from becoming a handheld furnace, Sony is using a super phase change vapor chamber. It uses a specialized liquid that melts and solidifies to yank heat away from the processor instantly. Hours of maxed out gaming at HDR graphics. No lag, no heat, no sweat, battery life. This is the part where I usually say it'll get you through the day. Not today. Inside this magnesium shell is a 9000 mAh monster battery. For a regular person, That's 3 days of juice. For a hardcore creator, it's a full day of 12K filming without breaking a sweat. The 120-watt hypercharge gets you from 0 to 100% in 18 minutes. Plug it in, brush your teeth, and you're ready for a weekend in the woods. It even has 50-watt wireless charging and reverse charging to bring your friend's dead phone back to life. Software. The software is the cherry on top. Clean Android 17. No bloat, no pre-installed junk you don't want. Just speed. Sony is promising 4 years of OS updates and 5 years of security, plus their legendary Pro suite of apps for audio and cinema. Price and launch date. So, what's the damage? This is a concept for now, but insiders estimate the price would land between $1,800 and $2,200. Before you scream at your screen, think about this. A Sony A7R series camera, just the body, costs over $3,000. It doesn't make calls, it doesn't fit in your pocket, and it doesn't have a 4K OLED screen. When you realize this replaces a professional camera, a high-end laptop, and a phone, the price actually starts to look like a bargain. Word on the street is we might see a limited production run by late 2026. Is this the DSLR killer we've been waiting for? If you had this 500-megapixel beast in your hands tomorrow morning, what is the first thing you would take a picture of? Drop a comment below.